Hi guys, it's your girl Londyn, and today I'm bringing a video all about Kosas makeup. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified of all my new videos. And if you have not already, head on over to Instagram and subscribe there so you can follow my life, see what's going on, see what kind of fall things are happening, and we can be best friends forever. So if you guys want to see what Kosas is all about and what a full face of Kosas makeup looks like on me, then go ahead and keep watching because we're getting ready to get into it. Kosas. Who are they? What are they? And what do they have? Kosas was started in 2015 and they say that they are a clean makeup brand. That means that they are not formulated with any parabens, phthalates, formaldehyde, any undisclosed fragrances. They also say that they are cruelty-free, Leaping Bunny certified, and that their makeup is not only pigmented to last all day, but it is also comfortable, you won't even notice that you're wearing it, and that it offers real skincare benefits. I came to know the brand through their bronzers. So I was watching some YouTube videos, I saw their bronzer and I absolutely loved it. And it was this bronzer right here. Now this bronzer reminded me of a baked bronzer. It wasn't flat, but it wasn't shimmery. And I had noticed that with bronzers you either got a very flat matte bronzer or something that was very kind of glittery. And this just seemed a bit different. I got this in a medium golden bronze and it did seem a bit red at first. However, when put on the face, it's just absolutely beautiful. I just really liked it and I immediately fell in love. So I bought this color and then I also purchased the lighter color. They have three colors. They have the light, the medium, and the deep. The deep was a little bit too deep for me, but I did want to get the light color and I had been using this as a highlighter for quite some time. I then went and looked online to see what else did they offer, and I saw that they had foundation, that they recently just came out with mascara, that they had some lip products, and then they had like a combination of highlighter and kind of other cheap products. So what I did was I purchased everything in each category that they had. Anything that they didn't have, like brows, I already did my brows, and I will list what I used below. They didn't have any setting powder, so I'll be using a different setting powder. They don't have any finishing spray or anything like that, which I hope that they end up coming out with that sometime soon, but right now they don't have it. They don't have an eyeshadow palette, but they do have some very unique kind of liquid to cream eyeshadows, and I will show you the color that I got and how I apply it because I found it to be a unique formula, and I found the wear to be very nice and surprising. So this is not a first impression. I have used these products before, especially the bronzers. I've been using those for a few months, but I have used the other products probably 3 or 4 times so far. So I want to get into it and I want to give you guys what the full face of Kosas and see what it looks like. So first things first is their concealer. So their concealer comes in a package like this. Very cute, and this is in the shade number 7. I really like this. It can be applied on top of their kind of tinted oil foundation, or it can be applied underneath. I apply my concealer underneath my foundations. I don't use my concealers right now to kind of create that highlighted effect. For me in this moment, that's just not something that I like on my skin, so I do kind of do the quote-unquote old school way of putting my concealer on prior to putting my foundation on. So again, this is in the color number 7. This is what it looks like outside of the package. It's super cute. This is what the applicator looks like. It's small enough, but it actually does pack a punch, and there is no scent to it at all. So I just take it and I just put a little here. I did already prep my face with a moisturizer and with primer, which again I will list in the information box below. And I kind of just go over any spots that I have on my face that I kind of want to make sure don't stand out too much. I also end up getting my concealer in the same color that I get my foundation in. It's just something that I do, again, because I don't highlight my face with my concealer. Typically speaking, I don't get a shade lighter unless it's kind of the only color that I can get, kind of like with the e.l.f. I let that sit for just a few seconds just to kind of dry itself down a bit so that way it can be a bit more tacky and kind of stay in place but still be spreadable but not kind of be too movable. And then I go ahead, I just take my sponge, I take a dry beauty sponge, and then I go ahead and just blend it in a bit and I really do like this concealer. It is supposed to be brightening, and I would agree that I think that it definitely fits the bill and does brighten underneath my eyes. I think that it looks very nice. I think that if you can see, it looks really nice. If you wanted to just wear this and head out, I think that you totally could. I don't think you have to put anything else over it. You could just use this to kind of give your eyes a little bit of a awakened look, and then you could kind of go on with the rest of your day if that is kind of what you wanted to do. I know, especially like during the summertime, not everybody wants to wear a full face of makeup, and right now we're kind of for me, we're in the fall season, but I know for a lot of people, it's that in between where it's not quite cool during the day, but it's also not as hot as summer was, so you're still kind of in an in-between mode. I think this is nice to kind of just use on your face, kind of just brighten, lighten, and kind of be on the go and not have to have anything too heavy sitting on there. So I think that this looks beautiful. I think it definitely brightened and kind of uplifted my face, and I've really been enjoying that concealer. It doesn't get creepy, it doesn't get dry underneath my eyes, and I really appreciate that, because when foundation or concealer gets crepey or dry underneath your eyes, it really makes your fine lines kind of show through, and even if you don't have fine lines, it almost creates it. So I really appreciate kind of the hydration that it is giving under my eyes and the brightening effect that it's giving without the shade having to be any lighter than I would have naturally gone with my regular foundation shade. So the next thing that they have is their foundation, and it's the tinted face oil, and it comes in the nice white packaging like this, and this again is in the number 7, and I will have the prices of everything in the comment section or the information box down below. So if you guys want to purchase anything or just kind of see the prices of things or remember the colors I'm wearing, I will have all that information there. So this is what it looks like outside the box. It's very cool, it's very slim, and I like this because you can fit this easily in a purse, you can fit this easily in a bag if you want to take it because you're having overnight somewhere. It really is on the go. It says shake well before applying, and if you hear, there is kind of like a little ball inside of there. This very much so, some people say it reminds them of the Glossier. I've never used Glossier, but it definitely reminds me of the First Aid Beauty Tinted Triple Protection face oil foundation that they had. This is no longer made. So sad it got discontinued, but this really reminds me of it. Now this says this is where makeup meets skincare. It says that this is a radiance boosting with botanicals that absorb, allowing skin perfecting pigment to even and illuminate complexions. It says shake well, then gently blend 2 to 4 drops into skin using your fingertips. I know that is a bit different for people because it was different for me because I don't use my fingers for my foundations. However, again, this is a tinted oil, so when I first used it, I really didn't read the instructions, and I put so many dots all over my face, and let me tell you, when I went with my sponge, it was a lot. It was a lot, and it was extra greasy because I had made a mistake and I had put too much on. So please do not do like me. Read the directions, read the instructions, and follow them accordingly. So this is what it looks like. If you can see, it's very runny because it is very oily as far as to touch, but not oily on the face. So this is our second kind of pump, and then we're going to do the third one. So this is 2 to 4 drops. Oh, and then we're going to do this fourth one right here, and we're going to see where we can go with it. So we're going to use our fingertips, which again, like I said, is a little bit different, and then see it's just like spreading so nicely. And this is why you wanted to be careful when you put on any more drops than this, because it really does have a nice emolliency because of the oil that's in it, and it really does kind of spread. Let me try to get it around my eyebrows since they're already finished. This is nice for, again, kind of on the go makeup. If you don't have a brush with you, if you don't have a sponge with you, this is something that you could just toss on. So if you were, say, going to the gym before work and then wanted to get ready at the gym but didn't want to bring all of your things with you, you know, brushes, things like that, this would be something that you could quickly put on that doesn't take too much effort, and you could toss on, and then you could head out and kind of go about your day, whether it was at work or whether you were kind of going to the grocery store or just heading out and about and just wanted to kind of look like your skin tone was a bit even, maybe even slightly perfected, but you didn't have too much makeup on your face as far as looking like you had really done yourself up. It just looked like your skin, but better. That's what I think that this provides to you. So that to me did not take too long. Of course, it took longer because I was talking and I'm looking in my tiny mirror instead of my regular mirror. But I think that it definitely looks nice, and I think that the number 7 is a great skin match for me. Like I said, it was oily when it was on our fingers, and it was oily when we put it on our skin, but when you put it on your face, it does not look overly oily, and I am somebody who has oily skin. I'm just taking a wet nap, wiping off my fingers, and then just taking any off my lips that may have kind of got on from me, you know, kind of spreading things around and such. So I think that it looks very nice. Now, I haven't been setting my face. However, with this, I do set my face simply because it's a tinted oil, and with tinted oils, I find that on my skin, because I am combination oily, they do tend to slide a bit, and they don't necessarily dry down the way a traditional foundation would. So I like to kind of put a bit of powder on there just to kind of go over and make sure that my bronzer and things like that are really going to be able to blend out nicely over them. But I think that if you want to have this dew, you want to have this glow, maybe you weren't putting anything else on it, or you're putting maybe cream products on it, that this would be fine and you would be able to go. So I am going to quickly use a powder. It is not a Kosas powder, unfortunately, because Kosas does not have a powder yet. But again, hopefully they will be coming out with one in the future. And all I do is just take my dry sponge and I just kind of put it on my face, almost like baking, but not baking. And I just press it in like this, and then I will use a brush to kind of buff it in, but this just kind of controls it and makes sure I don't put too much powder on my face, but just put just enough on. Okay, so we are ready to move on to our next step. Now, they also don't have any kind of contour in their line. If you wanted to, you might be able to use a deeper tinted oil, but because it is a tinted oil and not necessarily kind of like a cream or liquid foundation per se, I don't necessarily know how it would kind of sit on the skin. I think that what would happen is it would spread the way it did with the correct color that we have. I don't necessarily know if it would give you the contoured look that you're looking for. So currently we do not have contour, but what we have is bronzer. So we're going to do the bronzer, and we're going to leave contour out of today's face look because, well, we want it to be as much as possible of a full face of Kosas products. So I am using the medium golden bronzer right here, and I'm just using my Wayne Goss 00 brush. It's the same brush that I just used to buff in that powder. And for me, I put my bronzer kind of almost where you'd put your highlighter. I like to put it kind of right here, and I don't think that it is too red. I think it gives a nice sun-kissed look, which I like to have that look year-round, not just in the summertime or in the warmer weather. I like to have it year-round. And the reason why I like to put it right here is, for me on my face, I think that when you do things like contouring and bronzing, you really have to do it to suit your face, not do it to kind of makeup standards and instructions, because your face is going to be different than everybody else's face. Kind of like I put some here along the sides of my nose and down here, because that to me on my face is where the sun naturally hits me. It also naturally hits me right here, and that's where I want to apply it to kind of give me that sun-kissed glow. As you can see, it does have a bit of sheen, but it is not kind of sparkly or glittery. Then I just take my brush and I just kind of do a little buffkins in, and I really do like the natural kind of sheen that the bronzer gives, because I think that if you did not want to wear a highlight, you don't have to, because I think that this provides enough of a sheen to give you a bit of glow without having to apply any additional products or kind of anything like that. I think it just gives you, again, that nice kind of sun-kissed healthy look, and it gives you a nice glow at the same time. So if you don't want to apply a highlighter, which they do have, then you don't have to worry about doing anything like that, because you're already getting that Kosas Glow with the bronzer. I think that's quick, easy to put the bronzer on. I don't think it comes out patchy or anything. It just glides on beautifully, especially on top of this tinted oil, which again, sometimes that can be a bit of an issue for tinted oils to go on nice and smooth, because sometimes they can catch a bit because of the oil that is inside of them. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the cheek products. So the cheek products come in a box like this. They have two separate sets of cheek products. They have powder and they have cream. I went with the cream ones. This is in the color Velvet Melon, and this says this is highly pigmented intensity double color payoff. This refined pigments fuse with nourishing botanicals for perfect skin cushioning color. It says to use your fingertips, apply color to the apples of cheeks or the cheekbones, and blend. Sweep highlighter wherever the glow is desired. So again, very big in doing things with the fingertips, not with brushes, and really kind of being on the go. This is what it looks like out of the packaging. Very nice, very sleek, and again, this is compact packaging. This is what it looks like. So this right here is the blush, and this right here is the highlighter, and I have used this both with my fingers and with a brush, and I like it both ways. With the brush, what I usually use is this duo fiber Luxie brush. I find that this is the best way to kind of stipple it on to your cheeks and have it look natural. But today we're going to use our little fingers, and I like to use 3. So this is what the blush color looks like. Very nice, as you can see. Very, very pigmented. I like to kind of do some dots and then start kind of blending it out and kind of dotting it as I blend out. Now again, if you're somebody who is uncomfortable with using your fingers, then I think that you can still use brushes with this. You just have to use the appropriate brushes like duo fiber, things like that, maybe sponges, but the makeup is really meant to be used with the finger to make sure you get the pigment that's meant to have and that it kind of lays the way it's supposed to. So although I think that you can use makeup the way that you see fit, I do think that it is best to kind of at least start off with using the makeup the way the company has kind of manufactured it, just to first assess whether it's the product you don't like or whether it is possibly the type of application that it needs that's just not best suited for you. So as you can see, we've just been pressing in. We didn't do any swipey motions. We've literally just been pressing in and we have our cheeks done. And this is just that nice kind of flush of color to the cheeks. And I like this kind of look. I like this very kind of flushed, sun-kissed, kind of just went jogging type of look, but not kind of drenched in sweat. We're now going to go in right here with the highlight. Now we did put the bronzer on, so we do already have a glow, so we don't need that much. So for the highlight, we're going to take the 2 fingers right there. It's very nice. It's kind of like a peachy, pinky color. And we're just going to take it lightly right here. You can see that. And we're going to take it on the other side lightly right there. And then we're going to put just a little right there in the crevice, little here, little right above the eyebrow, little on the chin, and then a little kind of right there. And again, we're going to use our fingers to blend this in. So I'm going to use my 3 fingers again and just kind of pat up by the temples, pat, pat, pat. Patting to me is your best friend with this. I don't think you necessarily want to swipe with your hands, because I think that that is going to start to remove a bit of the product. So I think for me, kind of using your fingers almost like a stippling brush and kind of just patting, that this is going to be the best way to utilize these products and kind of get the best outcome and look both natural and kind of like, wow, is that your skin or do you have makeup on at the same time? So as you can see, they did a fantastic job and we just look very glowy, very beautiful, and it really hasn't taken a long time except for the fact that I'm talking to you guys. That's why it's taking longer than it usually would have. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to do our lip color. Now this is the wet set. This has 3 mini wet gloss oils, and this is in the color Jellyfish, which is a clear gloss, Dip, which is a neutrally pearly nude, and Jaws, which is a warm red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to showcase all these for you guys so you can see what they look like, because these do come in standard sizes. I'm not really a lipstick person, which they also have, and I didn't know which color I wanted, so I didn't want to commit to a full size, so I went ahead and just got these minis, and these are what they look like right here. So this one is just going to be Jellyfish. This is what it looks like. It has a doe foot applicator here. Very cute little top. It has kind of, looks almost like 3 boxes, and it really helps with the grip. So if you have difficulty gripping, I think that this will kind of help with that. So this is Jellyfish, and this is going to be slightly difficult to see because Jellyfish is clear, but it is very nice. So it's kind of like on the go. It's not too sticky, because it's an oil, but it's also not like too oily. Like some oils really just don't stay on your lips. This you do have to reapply because it is just an oil. So it's not going to be like a, you know, kind of lipstick that stays on all day long, but you don't have to reapply as much as you would some other lip oils. This is Jaws, and this is in red, and this is a very pretty color. And these don't have any smell to me. So this is Jaws right there. It's kind of that beautiful red color. I like it. It reminds me of like strawberry. And then we have Dip. Dip is my favorite color because, again, it's kind of just like a nudie mauve, nudie pink color. This is the kind of like the standard color that most companies come out with, and that I have in my collection over and over again from so many companies, and that is it right there. So again, we have Jellyfish, Jaws, and we have Dip. So we're going to go ahead and put Dip on. It's just so easy to just apply and go, which is why I really love glosses or lip oils, because you don't have to be too kind of precise with it. You can kind of just put it on, go about your day, kind of be done with things. I think that this looks so cute, so pretty. It's not sticky or tacky, but again, it's not super oily. It's weird, as it starts to kind of quote unquote dry down, it feels slightly thicker than when you first put on, but it's not like a thick. It's very nice. So you can feel that you have something on your lips. Again, it's not too oily, but that also gives it its bit of staying power longer than kind of some other oil products that I have tried in the past, where when I put them on, almost immediately, like just rubbing my lips together, it would make it go away, and I'd have to rehydrate them with either more oil or with just kind of a balm of some sort, which Kosas also does have a balm, but again, I wanted to try the lip oils, and I think we're looking so pretty right now. So the next thing we have, like I said, they do not have an eyeshadow palette, but they do have something called the 10-second eyeshadow, and this is what they look like, and they're kind of I guess like the Stila eyeshadows, and Fenty has some. They're kind of like a liquid eyeshadow. It says that they are visionary pigments suspended in fluid for a modern wash of color. These are made in Italy. Now I got the color Supreme, so it's kind of a goldy color. Let me see if they have a kind of description. It doesn't, but it's kind of a gold color. This is what comes in, and I'm going to put it up a little closer so you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see as I turn it, there's liquid in there. So the liquid that's in there is what you shake up. So everything falls to the bottom, and then there's this weird liquid, and you have to shake this up really, really well. When I first just opened it, I was like, whoa, what is this going on here? And that's because the pigment and the liquid have to be shaken together because they separate, and then you put it on your eyes, and it's literally supposed to be just a 10-second wash of color. You can use these with other eyeshadows. You can use these with other 10-second eyeshadows that they have. They have various colors. I think they have like 8 colors. I'll leave that down below too. But again, I got Supreme, which is kind of just the goldy color. Then you take it out, and this is what it looks like. Again, kind of looks like Stila, like that Stila one. Take it, and I do not have my eyes primed or anything, and you can just dot it. That's what that looks like. You can start with 1 eye or 2 eyes. If you're going to do 2 eyes like how I just did, you do kind of want to work faster rather than not, because they will start to dry down. So I'm just using my JH30 brush, and what I'm doing is I'm just going to do this because I only had one color, and you can use one wash of color or you can use several colors together, and this is just for a nice kind of light look, to kind of give your eyes a little sparkle and shine, but at the same time not look too kind of done up. Now again, you guys saw that went on liquidy, but look how easy it's blending. It starts to, as it dries down, it blends like an eyeshadow, even though it went on like a liquid. So in that respect, some other formulas that I've tried where you have kind of like a liquid shadow, it really sticks in one spot, and it can be rather difficult to kind of blend and buff after you already have it down and it has dried. It really, you put it down, once it dries, it's kind of there. This is different. This is a very lightweight formula, and you put it on, and it seemed like it was a lot of gold at first, but then it just blends out so beautifully. So you could have this, and then if you had another color, you could put that on. If you had some other eyeshadows you wanted to put on, you could. But like I said, today we're just doing the one wash of color, and this is just beautiful. Very, very nice looking. I love it. I love kind of just blending that gold all the way up past my crease and just having like that bit of shine, especially with kind of the more natural look. To me, it just really kind of gives it that bit of pop. Now, they don't have any eyeliners or anything, so that's kind of a bummer, and I don't want to add any eyeliner to it because, again, I want to do as much Kosas on the face as I can. But I think that if they had a beautiful black liner, oh, this would be gorgeous with it, but we're not there yet. What they do have that they just released is the Big Clean Mascara. So the packaging this is going to come in looks just like it. And this is a volumizing and lash care mascara. So this says that it's a clean mascara for instant jumbo wow CU lashes powered by hair care activates. That's weird. That support the natural lash growth and repair cycle. That's very interesting. So it'll help give you healthy lashes. It says to use, press the brush into the base of your lashes, wiggle it through with the curve of the brush following the natural curve of your eye. This is free of carbon black, mineral oils, fragrance, silicones, and it says for full formulation, go ahead and look on their website. So I think that this is kind of cool because it doesn't leave your lashes crispy. Not at all. So I'm used to mascara leaving your lashes crispy, and this doesn't. This has just, if you can see in here. So this is a medium formula. It has enough liquid, but also has enough pull. So I like to just wipe my brush a little bit and then kind of go in. So I really like this because it's not, like I said, it's not too liquidy, but it gives enough pull so when it's on the brush, it's really gliding through your lashes and really kind of providing that length and that fullness, because as you can tell, I don't curl my lashes. I just kind of find it to not be fruitful for me. So I'm not a lash curler. I am just a lash, the kind of mascara wearer or a false lash wearer, but not a lash curler. So that was just one coat, and look at that already. Just that one coat already did that. You definitely see a distinct difference, and it's really, really nice. Like, the formula is just fantastic, and I did not go back into. So as I was saying, that is the mascara, and you can definitely layer over itself, and I tend to put it on twice just to give it a bit more oomph. So for the second coat, I will go back in and I will kind of go through the motions one more time to kind of really get in there. Now, you don't have to do a second coat, but I prefer to do a second coat with my mascaras. But a lot of mascaras, if you do a second coat, things can get very spidery and very crazy very fast. So sometimes it's not advantageous to do that. But as you can see, that's the eye with the second coat. That's the eye with just one coat. It just gave it a little bit more oomph, but it did not necessarily give it spider lashes or anything like that. It wasn't hard to go back through them. Usually the mascara, once it dries and you try to do a second coat, it's very difficult and you start to get flaking. What I don't get with this is any kind of flaking, And again, it doesn't make my eyelashes crispy, regardless of how long you have the mascara on and it dries down. It doesn't leave kind of that crispy feeling where sometimes some of your lashes can even feel like they're almost sort of breaking off. The one thing I don't do is I do not put this on my bottom lashes. I have done it, and I think the formula, because I have, you know, oily skin, that this, like within 2 hours, really just leaves a raccoon ring around the bottom of my eye. So for me, it doesn't work for a bottom lash mascara. So I am going to use a different mascara for my bottom lashes because I do just want to put that on. But I would love it if they came out with maybe a different formula for the bottom lashes or a smaller wand. I think that would be nice. I think for, oh, I just stabbed myself. Oh my gosh. We'll let that dry and then we'll take that off. I think that for the bottom lashes, I think it would be nice if they did a waterproof mascara. I think the waterproof mascara could be really nice to kind of help with not transferring to the skin, because I do like their formula a lot. I just think that waterproof would be more appropriate, at least for me, on the bottom lashes. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean up the little boo-boo. See, that's why I shouldn't have even put on any other mascara. I should have just left it alone. And so I'm not going to do it, but what did I have to do? I had to go ahead and put this on, and we see what happened. But it cleans up nice and easily, and that's also something that I like about the oil, is that it wipes off easily, but it doesn't take off any of kind of the coverage that I had. Because I feel like it just kind of sinks into the skin. I don't know if that's a skincare aspect, but it seems like it does. So guys, this is literally the full face of Kosas. This is it. We have the blush, we have the highlighter, we have the bronzer, we have the tinted oil on the face for the foundation, we have the concealer, we have the tinted oil on the lips, mascara, eyeshadow, 10-second shadow, which literally is 10 seconds, if that, and we're done. And I really think that this face looks cute, pretty, and kind of just that refresh on the go. I think that this is good, like I said, for the on-the-go person, and I definitely think this would be a nice line for teens and tweens who are just kind of entering the makeup world, to give a nice refreshed look, not too heavy, not really going to irritate the skin, not kind of getting into that heavy makeup right away, but kind of just introducing them to makeup and just a your skin but better type of makeup without a full coverage makeup, kind of full beat thing. So I think that this is very nice school day type of makeup. So I'm going to bring you guys in really quick just so you can have a little bit closer look at all the makeup, especially the eyeshadow and the mascara, and then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to let you go. So 2 shakes. Okie dokie, artichokies. So I hope that you guys were able to see things a bit closer and you could kind of see how things were looking. I really love this look, I have to say. And like I said, it was quick, easy. It just took a bit longer because I was talking, but again, I think that this is a fantastic look to wear if you're on the go, if you're headed out, if you don't want to do too much. If you just want to lounge around the house, but you want to feel like you're put together, but you don't want to have to do all the rigmarole of kind of putting things together. Quick, fast, easy, super lightweight. It feels like I have nothing on my face. Period, end of story. What I feel like I have on my face most of is the lip oil, because I can feel it on my lips, but I feel like I have absolutely nothing on my face. Touching my face, feels like there's nothing on my face at all. So for me, this is super lightweight. You'll totally forget you even have it on, and I really enjoy it. So I just want to quickly show you guys my full face of Kosas. If you guys have used Kosas, please let me know down in the comment section below. If you want to try Kosas, let me know in the comment section down below. Which product do you think you'd be most interested in? Which product do you hope that they come out with in the future? Let's chat about it. Until next time, guys, I love you, I miss you, and I will see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.